If it wasn't for the independent film industry, I mean, the movie industry itself would be really in the gutter right now.
This is the closest that I've ever been to actually stepping on that red carpet. I mean, it's not Hollywood or anything, but it's my red carpet.
Action!
On the film of the Jackie Chan set, I saw my first director and director of photography sitting on this huge crane, you know, like some 30 feet in the air, overlooking a crowd, and he's yelling and screaming through a bullhorn at everybody, and I just thought, that's probably, yeah, that's what I want to do for a living. I want to be that guy.
I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Oh! I'm sorry! What the hell, dude?
And it laid the foundation, the pathway, I guess, to what I'm doing now, which is camera work and directing.
Kelly, when you stand up, take about 2 steps this way.
People, you know, well, are you going to go to Hollywood and make movies? And I'm like, no, I think it'd be better just to plant my feet and bring Hollywood to North Texas.
Yeah, the first shot will be who the fuck are you talking to? That's what we'll do. That'll be the first shot.
Well, we're artists, and it's just another extension of, it's art like anything else.
Me and Clay's background goes back, you know, comics, animation, you know, cartoons, just all the kid stuff, and then it grew up with us, and then, you know, everything became, instead of just for kids, it became for adults. It became graphic novels. It's always been a love of you know, both of ours, and to translate those stories that we have into something that people, you know, at least our friends can watch. It's never been, let's get 100 people together and let's go see what they think, you know.
Okay, you gotta remember when it's edited, we're not gonna worry that, oh my god, he's already out of the bed.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've always been interested in movies ever since I was real little, like 2, 3 years old. You know, I would make, you know, cities out of, you know, little cardboard boxes I take, you know, and just pretend like I was filming a cityscape. I have more passion for directing because I like the storytelling aspect of directing. What is that? What
I meant you to take off.
Oh,
Started a long time ago when I was like 10, I guess. Me and my friend Chris. It was one of those things where we're like, his mom had a camera, and we're like, can we use the camera? And she was like, no, because we were 10. And we'd wait till she went to bed, and then we'd use it. So we were forced to be creative because, for one, we didn't have much stuff. My dreams are weird, my thoughts are not weird, but wild, you know. I mean, I'm always thinking of something. I'm always writing something down that was, oh, that'd be a good movie idea.
I'm a screenwriter right now, but I want to direct and produce my own films. I'm writing 2 scripts presently. I'm kind of bouncing back and forth. When I get sick of one, I kind of think about the other.
Yes, growl for the camera. This is Psycho Kitty that's going to star in my film Mortal Travesty. So I can get her to hiss and growl on command, so she'll be perfect. Yes, I know you. I love you too. Yes. Mwah.
It's about a woman who's being haunted by the cat, a woman that's being haunted by the ghost of her dead daughter's cat. My entire life I had it planned out. So I just I knew that I would go down, you know, the chemistry, you know, or the biology or the PhD path, and then suddenly this comes along. This has been kind of a shock to the system, you know, where did this come from, you know, I don't have any experience doing this, you know, how do I know I'm not going to fall flat on my face?
Sure, the hours are crappy. I have lots of spare time.
Subject Zero was the first film scripted, with a script and an actual plan. It's about a nobody loser guy named David Sinclair. And, you know, if he dropped off the face of the earth, nobody would know. And then one day he's kidnapped by a top secret government agency. He undergoes these experiments with an alien. and then he gets telepathic powers.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he becomes somebody. His life turns around.
I was like, you know, Clay, if you give me 2 weeks, I could make a little miniature set of that garage, and we can have them flying out the side of the building. He was like, can you do it? I said, I could do it. And I sewed a trench coat together to make it look like his clothing. And I gave him pants and painted the feet to look like his snakeskin boots that he wears in the movie, and he's fully articulated. So whenever we called the shot, I would pull the figure, and at the same time, whenever he would hit the wall, Clay would blow through the tube and blow out chunks of styrofoam, plaster, and baby powder out through the holes, so it would really look like concrete flying out. Vampire Brides was about 35 pages, and it ran about 55 minutes. Clay came up with, we both came up with, but I wrote the screenplay for it. It is tough doing everything because I took on so many duties on it. You know, I kind of wish I'd be able to split it up a little bit because I wrote it, I directed it, I, made the props for it. Seeing actors, say the lines that I wrote or somebody else wrote, and bringing that to life, it's just a really awesome feeling.
So you want to fight? You are no match for me. I will crush you like small insects.
It was like almost a year in the making. It was a strenuous process, but it got done, so. My group of friends that are in the movie, it only took 3 of us to film it. It was kind of hard, but anyways, we grew up watching Kung Fu movies. It was weird because everybody liked it. No one said anything bad about it, which there's stuff wrong with it, don't get me wrong, but they're all like, oh my God, y'all just made it just to make it. They had no budget, y'all weren't making it for any particular reason, and I think that's what people appreciated about it, and that's what made me feel so good. All my friends like it. It's been shown at many of parties, let's just say that, so.
I got bills, I got debts, I've got child support, medical expenses to pay, and to spend 4 or 5 hours a day, several days in a row, shooting a film for someone else that's, we're not being paid for, takes me away from my kids, takes me away from my wife.
Right at 12 o'clock, I need to start shooting.
Right there?
We're pushing at 12:40 and we haven't started yet.
If I don't do it, then my time spent with her is daydreaming about movies, daydreaming about the scene I just read earlier the day.
Action.
If we could have 2 weeks where if we can get everybody to take off work, do whatever, just live in the same house for like 2 weeks, we can make one of these movies, in 2 weeks, no problem.
Time to do it. And, well, as you advance with each one, you get a little bit more ambitious in the script, and then you got to realize, well, we can't have a 120-page script. We'll never finish it.
It's like killing your baby. It is. It's really hard to do, especially when you chop down a script that much. But, sometimes, in order for the sake of the story, you got to do it, There's no way around it.
I don't think a lot of people realize how much work it really takes to make a good film. Some people, there's that, rare, 100th% of people who can just sit down and write out a script and it's perfect. But for everybody else, it takes work.
There's some, filmmakers, they feel like they have to have the best equipment, they spend so much money on cameras, and big, lights and sound, stuff like that. And the thing is, you don't need a lot of money and a lot of high-end expensive equipment to make a good movie, What makes a good movie is the story.
Because I'm telling you, it's 20% equipment, 80% teamwork.
Yep.
And if you do not, it's like a band. If you don't have a team that functions with one goal and they all work together, you'll never finish one of these things.
I'm used to being in Dallas. I'm like, everyone there is like, hey, I made a movie, yeah, whatever, But here, you say, yeah, I made a movie, and everybody's like, what? You made a movie here? That's crazy, And it doesn't need to be that way.
My idea was, I've seen all these people making these films, knowing that there's South by Southwest just south of us, Dallas, Austin have all these film festivals, maybe Oklahoma City has film festivals. Wichita Falls sits right in the middle. There's this huge gap for about 300 miles. This huge gap that's virtually untapped people with hidden talents. And so right now it's a race to get IFFI, the Independent Film Festival for North Texas, up.
We had people that we have never met before in our lives come to the movie. In fact, afterwards, you know, those people I've never met coming up to me saying, you know, it is so awesome seeing somebody do something different in this town for once, and how much they really enjoyed the movie. You know, it's just a really, really great experience.
Because it's like an event thing too. You know, we put flyers up, and it's an event deal. You know, we had so many people show up for the last one because of word of mouth. Yeah, we were all rock stars for a night.
It's kind of inspiring, you know, hearing, you know, people, you know, like at the premiere and after watching the movie saying, you know, this really inspired me, you know, I really want to do this now. I really want to go out and make my own movie.
And the thing about a movie is, you know, you can draw a picture or build a website or whatever, but, you know, there's something about movies that is universal. You know, everybody will come and watch it and get something from it.
I love coming up with stories. I love the writing. I love the execution. I love all of the details that go into creating a film.
Now, when it comes to being my first screenplay and my first directorial debut, yeah, I'll probably cry. I'll probably sit and it may be only me in the theater. Okay, but yeah, I'll probably cry. I think it's pretty emotional when you finally get to see a dream come true.
However that movie makes you feel when you walk out of it, good or bad, it did something. And I think that's all about what filmmaking is the person making the movie is trying to make you just feel something.
The big picture, at least you gave it a shot. You gave acting a shot. You gave directing a shot. You gave script writing a shot. You gave it a shot. If it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, at least you can say at least you tried.
Fossil Films, see 900,269,1. Take one.
Action.
How are you gonna edit this?
Tell me a story.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little bears. Their fleece was wet as snow.
I'm waiting 5 minutes. Okay.
I'm gonna eat some Skittles.
Okay. Thanks.
Breaks over. Those are good. Delicious. That's a wrap, or
Yeah,
it's a wrap?
No, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap, or that's a wrap?